It's Week 13 of the NFL, and we'll see Brock Purdy. After his last game, he's now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the 49ers and the Chargers. All that and more coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to British Columbia and the gleaming jewel that is Vancouver, Canada. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Chargers of Vancouver. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Here's the former Florida Gator, Eddie Pinheiro, to get us started. And we are underway from Vancouver. Here's Isaiah Rodgers to return. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Holding, receiving team.
Man, that ain't made no sense.
They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. And that often runs you into a penalty.
And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's second down. Second down, they go again with Henry. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw, Purdy. And it's a fumble. And picked up by the Chargers. And they'll have a short field to work with inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
And it certainly hadn't taken Herbert long to earn his status as one of the league's best and most entertaining passers. Locked and loaded at every snap. And the second he sees an opening, that ball is soaring downfield. You better be on your toes against him on defense. The second you turn your head, they'll burn you.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. So possession goes over here on the punt, and it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. They started on the ground with Eckler. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. The numbers for him from a week ago, 21 carries, 93 yards, and a score.
And last week he had another touchdown to his total. He continues to be the #1 scorer in the league in terms of rushing touchdowns. And what more can you do to help your team than find the end zone?
Here's Herbert now on 2nd down. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Once more, here's Eckler. Shoves him away. And he's got this down to the 35. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Oh, design run for their wideout. And it coughed up. And it looks like one of the DBs has it. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
And they'll begin by running the option. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper. But you talk about the defense for these Chargers. They're trying to cover up some holes in the secondary. Right now, bottom 5 in the league against the pass at number 28.
They're in the bottom 10 in the league. I mean, when you look at their talent, you would think that they'd be much better. Overall, I don't think there's any question you'd have to say that they've underachieved.
Here's Purdy now on 3rd and goal. Samuel bringing in the slant. First connection there of the afternoon for those 2, and it's good for a first down. The Niners at 10-1 now on the year. They've been flawless these last couple months, winners of 9 in a row.
And let's give them a ton of credit, because in a league that's built on any given Sunday, any team can win. To run off this kind of a streak, this kind of a number, that's pretty darn impressive.
2nd and 7. Now an option play, and he'll keep it. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. A really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the first. A handoff, running left, Henry. Fights through, and now a crease. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
Holding offense.
Oh, why are we doing this?
That's on the tackle, Penei Sewell. They'll let the QB keep it here off the option. And good pressure defensively to stop him for a loss of a couple. And there's also a flag to go with it. Mark that one against one of the top left tackles in the league, Tyron Smith. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Purdy now on 2nd down. Completes it to Douglas. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Now Purdy. That is caught. Touchdown 49ers. Deebo Samuel with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Niners use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games, and another good start to this one, out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
Moody good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Chargers get set to go here for their 2nd drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's a 2nd and 5. Herbert. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended target, and it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. You look at this Niner defense. Against the pass, just numbers that they haven't liked. Number 30 in the league right now.
You know, when actors get ready for a scene, they often ask the question, what's my motivation? But what's the motivation of this group? What's their mindset? What's the problem that they have? Will they create an identity that allows them to get better?
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. This one angles out of bounds in a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today. So they got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number 1 in their conference.
Here now, a 3rd down and 8. Here's Purdy. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. 25 yards that time.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Holding offense.
So a decent gain there on the play, but that all gets wiped out with a penalty.
Well, that's a setback, but all the good play callers, they just move on. They find something else in the playbook. They can attack this defense, and they go right back on the offensive on this play.
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Here's 2nd and 3. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment defense.
So step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Right back to use check again. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
So after the penalty, now they need just a yard on 2nd down. Henry running right. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That good for 22 and a first down.
Well, we often poke a little fun at running backs past the age of 30. Oh, they're getting old, they can't run anymore. Well, he's showing past the age of 30, you can still have some nice runs like that.
You certainly can, and I think that we're starting to expand our definition of old running back. Because it used to be as soon as they hit 30, we want to get rid of these guys and go to the younger guys. But now that the guys are taking such great care of themselves, as you pointed out, you can still get explosive runs at any age. I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with first and goal.
In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
They'll try again on second and goal after going backwards to the 12. Inside handoff, Henry. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on third and goal. They'll look to throw on third and goal. And he fires one, but incomplete. The Charger D making things difficult, and it's fourth down.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on third down.
And his kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about one-score lead, two-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Chargers ready to take over. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
And the ball on the 30, here's second and 4.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Out of the gun, Herbert. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a 4th down.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more.
And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added onto their lead, but that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game, but we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true.
Yeah.
Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half, 10-0 our score. They need 2. Here's 3rd down. Purdy. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Purdy looking to throw.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 10. Purdy will set up to throw it here. He finds Douglas complete. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 40. To give him 17 yards that time, as that'll move the chains. On first down, Purdy. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Purdy sets up to throw again. And he's got it. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Tommy Tremble, his first touchdown on the year. And the Niners will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Moody good with the extra point. And that makes our score 17-0. So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards. And it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Chargers going to take over here one more time before the half. And with a 3-score deficit staring him in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. On first down, Justin Herbert over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Open man, it's Palmer. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Now on 4th down, they throw the deep ball, but it winds up to be incomplete. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. We're starting to get near the home stretch of this NFL season. It's Week 13, so let's get an update on what's going on. We'll start our tour out in the City of Angels, Los Angeles. And in the second quarter, it is the Eagles who are out in front. Devontae Smith, a touchdown reception. Next, we'll move from Southern California to Southern Nevada as we head over to check on the Raiders at home in Las Vegas. And you can see there, it's the visiting Colts who have the lead in that one. It's Anthony Richardson, the Florida man, with 3 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's get you way up to Seattle. See what's happening with the Seahawks. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. The Panthers looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far. but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And the half will begin with a touchback. The Chargers getting ready to go here to start this third quarter. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Here's Herbert. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Palmer. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 45-yard line.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Herbert. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
He's second in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. He'll start with a give to Henry. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Lamb will go in motion. Henry again on 2nd down. And good pursuit yet again by the Chargers as they stuff him behind the line. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, he still makes a catch, even though it was tapped by the linebacker. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, partner, in baseball, you keep track of the pitch count, right? In this case, you got to know the downs. If they knock this one down,
the punt.
It's a punt. Instead, it turns into a first down for the offense. Put it on the ground. Knock it down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Ayuk goes in motion. And they'll go with the ground attack here. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Tui Pelotu buries him for a loss of 11 from his outside linebacker spot.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Purdy with it on 3rd and long. Left side to Lamb.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. A punt of 46, a return of 5.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
So out come the Chargers.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Justin Herbert looking to throw on 2nd down.
And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Herbert. And down he goes. The 49ers get there.
Oh, boy, kind of hold your breath here because Justin Herbert, he appears to be in some discomfort after that last play. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Rodgers on the return. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They'll run it again with Henry. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
43 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Purdy's throw taken in by Samuel.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 25 yards that time.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
A 1st down carry for Henry. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Throwing here, Purdy.
And incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
Here's Purdy now on 3rd and goal. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 13-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. Back to the ground now. It's Henry. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the 4th and final quarter.
Henry will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1.
2nd and goal from the 1. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Derrick Henry with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Niners add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Now Moody for the PAT. And the lead is now 24. That time a 9-play drive. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Vancouver offense out and about set for another series. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Back to throw here. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. The Chargers on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Back to throw. And the Niners get there and bring him down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. That is caught. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down. And that was something else. A big pickup on 4th and long to give them a new set of downs. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Josh Palmer the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down. He'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. On 3rd down, it's Purdy. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a 49ers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. A 20th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Again, it's Henry. And a short gain here down to the 22. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
So Purdy off and Moody on for the 49er field goal.
He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Well, the Vancouver offense ready for their next drive.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. They'll set up to throw.
That's going to be caught. It's Palmer.
And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Shoves him aside.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. And 22 more yards there and another 1st down.
They'll look to throw.
That's taken in by Palmer.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12.
Holding offense.
Well, an unfortunate time for the penalty there. That cancels out a positive play from this offense.
Well, not to sound too trite or too accepting, but you and I both know it happens. You got to accept it and move on. Yardage, you got to get back. Focus on the next play, move on.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Back to throw again. And his throw here's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And he comes back with one complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down.
Eddie Pinheiro on for the field goal. A 30-yard attempt.
This is up and good from Pinheiro.
And that will cut the lead down to 3 scores at 24. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning.
Holding offense.
Yeah, that's on the guard, Wyatt Teller.
On the counter, it's Henry. No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose.
And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football, so this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On third down, Henry. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. Not at all what they envisioned on third down, 3 yards in the wrong direction.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they could pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. So the victory here for San Francisco, and we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film,